well, do you understand I-9 requirements and the risks associated with making even the most innocent mistakes? Sathab Abbo, Corporate Immigration Counsel for I-9 Advantage, spoke with the Screening News Network about the importance of understanding the Form I-9.
We're finding that most employers don't have a solid understanding of the Form I-9 and may not necessarily know the risks and the liability that goes along with not being compliant with the Form I-9.
Many employers think they are not a target for an ICE audit, but all companies have risk.
We're finding that both small companies and large companies are susceptible to audit, and that there's no industry that is immune to an ICE audit. So it exists in retail, it exists in staffing, it exists in hospitality, in industries such as restaurants and so forth. So there are both mom and pop shops that are being graded because of unlawful practices as it relates to immigration and the completion of the Form I-9, and also hiring or continuing to hire unauthorized workers. And that's also the case in large corporations. So ICE doesn't discriminate as it relates to the industries and the size of the corporations that it investigates for I-9 practices.
Remote hiring is a huge I-9 challenge for employers.
They're finding challenges as it relates to companies doing an increase in remote hiring for client sites, for satellite offices. How do we get that done in 3 days? That is a pressing issue for a lot of employers now.
So should these employers depend on E-Verify or a third party to handle their I-9s?
First thing to remember, of course, is that E-Verify is not in any way a replacement for the Form I-9. The Form I-9 is mandatory for all employers in the United States. E-Verify is used as a tool or as a method to enhance and supplement the Form I-9, more importantly, to provide a more immediate employment eligibility, verification of sorts. So coupled with the Form I-9, they partner really well together. However, when you have a third-party program, primarily an electronic I-9 solution, that not only is designed to do data verification for the fields and the values that exist in the Form I-9, but it enables you to index and to search for information. It allows both the employer and the employee to upload information and data and supporting documents electronically for storage purposes. You can generate reports. You can modify any of the sections and re-verify and rehire in Section 3. Any actions that are taken in the Form I-9 are recorded according to the user and the steps that are performed, and then they're rendered in the audit trail. There are validations in place in all of the fields in electronic solutions that eliminate that concept of human error. So if an individual is performing or completing a Form I-9, he or she may skip over a field, may ignore something, or say, I'll come back to this, and forget to do so. So that can rise to what's deemed either a technical or substantive violation and be fined accordingly. With an I-9 solution, there's no avoiding that. The fields are in place and are mandated, so you are forced to enter a value for that field, either through a drop-down list or by entering in a value. And then there's a value, there's a data verification that ensures that the value that you entered is compliant with what USCIS is looking for.
According to Abbo, doing the following can protect against an ICE audit and fines. Do annual self-audits. Be consistent. Be unbiased. Check every field for dates, signatures, etc. in both Sections 1 and 2. Ensure you're keeping the same documents for all employees. Sign and date any corrections to show good faith effort, and keep I-9 paperwork separate from employees' HR files. For more information on electronic I-9 solutions for your business, visit ebiinc.com.